Hi, Capricorn. Now we are just digging right in here this month because September and Virgo season in general is just an interesting time, and this year specifically after eclipse season is closed out, which it has, and after we've had a lot of retrograde actions starting to move forward, September is really about implementation. And I really liked the energy that I felt for Cappies. You guys have some of the stronger energy this month actually in total, because the note I actually have for you was great implementation energy, sexy, socially seductive, luminous, and trouble. Do you like those four descriptors? Because I do. I feel like those energies are so descriptive of Capricorn at your best. When you guys are on, everybody better watch out because they will be seduced by you, whether that be in business or in love. Five of Swords popped out just now. Okay. Virgo season's great for Capricorn. Another earth sign. It's your ninth house. It's big vision energy, right? So we're thinking about the expansive energy. You have a new moon in that ninth house energy on the 9th this month, so that's fantastic. Mercury is going straight into Virgo on September 5th. Saturn, your ruling planet, is going direct again in your sign. I think that will feel really empowering for you all. Like all these movements, the first couple weeks of the month are just going to be extremely empowering for Capricorn to get some things done, to make some things happen, to create some new storms. Hanged Man. Interesting though. This is what's interesting. The astrology, especially for the first half of the month, is extremely supportive of you. Very clear, very crisp, very much about going forward, getting direct, getting things done. Virgo season is so good for the showing up and like paying attention to the nuts and bolts of things in life. And I think we all need that after the very esoteric summer we just went through. Three of Pentacles. What a mixture, Cappies, of energy you have going on here with the cards. What is going on? There's there you guys are. Hi, devil. You're not really the devil, but symbolically, right? Showing up and getting some things done, making some things happen, putting some pieces together. Oh yeah. Okay. So really interesting combination of energies there. As you can see, there's an underlying spiritual thing going on, and then an overarching moving forward in that seductive way. So we have both going on in the cards. Second half of the month, Mars moves forward from your sign. Actually, this happens on the 10th into into Aquarius. And then, later in the month, we have Libra season. We have a full moon in Aries in your 4th house. And then we also have Pluto going direct in Capricorn. Knight of Pentacles. Yep, we're getting all this really empowered, visionary earth energy for you, and it makes a lot of sense. And I think that will be the predominant energy for you moving forward. 2 of Cups. All right. See, that's giving you some leverage. I like that a lot. Wow, cards are moving. 8 of Pentacles. Wow, Capricorns. Powerhouses. True powerhouses this month. Queen of Cups. Okay. I'm going to pull one more. And then let's talk through this. Let's talk through this amazing Pentacles rich month we have for you. And like I said, Virgo season is really good for you. And then even Libra season is really good for you because that's your 10th house. And I mean, you guys you're kind of blessed that way. Oh, we got 2 more cards. 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. This is such a Capricorn thing right here. This is its own little ecosystem right here. Okay. We'll talk about this at the end. This is quite symbolic, these last 2 cards. Okay. You all, when you are at your best. Oh, I was going to say, this is where I was going before I got distracted by the symbolism of these cards here. Libra being your 10th house of, how you present in the world, how you push forward your career, your reputation, your persona, right? You have Libran energy on your side there. So when we get to Libra season on the 22nd of the month, that's really empowering energy for you because Libra knows how to communicate these things, right? Libran energy knows how to seduce and to charm and to be effervescent. And you guys have that naturally placed in a part of your chart that's very good for utilizing. And the other funny thing is too, I don't want to forget about this, Venus is going into Scorpio on September 9th, and for you that's really pretty hot. It's 11th house energy, so it's like the platonic friendships, but there's so much sexy intensity to Venus and Scorpio that I think Capricorns, you're going to enjoy that. Okay, so let's look at this, because, these first 4 cards tell quite a little journey, as you can probably imagine. We have 5 of Swords, Hangman, 3 of Pentacles, and the Devil. And these 4 are also different, really. I find it really interesting that we have the 5 of Swords here at the very outset of your reading, because 5 of Swords it's like the static noise when you can't really tell what's true and what's not. It can be gossipy, it can be paranoid, it can be a little bit confusing, disorienting. A lot of times I say, this is energy where you don't feel like you can trust yourself, let alone anybody else. And it can be about drama in the external, but a lot of times this is a feeling like there's something that's not quite sitting right with you. You haven't been listening into your intuition, and maybe you've gotten yourself into some positions that don't feel particularly good to you. So because we are coming out of eclipse and retrograde season, and it was a really powerful 3 months, June, July, August were they shook everything up for everybody. Coming into September, we're still taking a breath the first, few days of the month, getting set into this Virgo way. I mean, obviously Virgo season starts before September, but it takes those first couple weeks of Virgo season before we really start to feel the support of that energy. Like when Mercury goes into Virgo on the 5th, that's really when a lot of people are going to start to feel that they can move in an authentic way again. And they can kind of come out of their shells after this time of shakeup. So you may be noticing the beginning of this month, maybe you have some things you need to tweak, because it's next to the Hanged Man here. And that's a time for self-analysis, a time to slow down, a time to take stock. And I think part of the reason this is showing up for me, and I actually just got goosebumps, Cappies, I think the reason this is showing up for me this way is because there's a lot that's going to manifest this month, and you want to check in very carefully, very decidedly before the month really gets into full swing, so that you're not going to be utilizing that powerful, sexy, seductive energy somewhere that you don't really want to use it, right? So I think that's why this is showing up. There's something there that maybe just needs to either be put on a back burner, or you need to step away from a little bit more so that you can utilize your energy the most effectively, because you have things going on. You have things to do. Yeah, because, look at this. I mean, you have partnerships here, you have work commitments, you have projects, you have visions. 3 of Pentacles for me, it's like it's people working on a cathedral, right? They're sharing the vision of the spiritual lesson, of how to build it, of how to create the space energetically. It's a very spiritual card in a lot of ways, and it's because it's about the big vision, which is Virgo season for you. And the thing that I'm getting with this energy here is that you have visions of what you want to build over the next couple of years. And one of the biggest things that's going to be coming up for you this next few weeks during September is how you're going to build that slowly but surely and steadily. Because, Devil and Knight of Pentacles energy here is about doing it. The nuts and bolts of the scenario. How you get from point A to point B. What things come into your life that take time to build, but are totally worth it, right? And so there's a really strong theme here. This is not a month about big drama for anybody, really. Like collectively, this is a month about getting very real. Figuring out how to communicate our wants and our desires in a way that is tangible and enjoyable. Discussing with the people around us what we want to build next. And for you, there seems to be something big here where you've got to get your head around the big vision, the big mission statement of what that's going to be. Whether that be about moving cities, whether that be about opening a business, whether that be about getting your health in line. I mean, there's a lot of ways to show up for you guys, or whether that be traveling the world and packing your bags and being much more of an impulsive person. Maybe you're ready to shake it up, but there's something that, you want to take the last third of this year and really get involved in so that you can have it set up, right? And so September is the beginning of that process for you. So that's all going on, right? Getting real with where you really want to use this powerful energy you have on your side, getting real with how you want to build slowly and steadily. And then that is catapulting you into some relationship stuff, my friends. Look at these. 2 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. Pretty romantic. Very romantic. In fact, this is, this could be a really good month for partnerships going to the next level. And so speaking of, these long-term visions, I think you guys are going to be getting so many downloads about where you want to go next, who you want to be next, where you want to take your relationships, your partnerships, your intuitive side, where you want to take things. So many downloads, because you're going to be getting those little infusions of, like, in 6 months, you may get flashes of what 6 months from September looks like when March hits, right? You may be getting flashes of what 2019 is going to bring you, which I think 2019 is going to bring Capricorns a ton of golden opportunities. I think it's going to be a very prolific, fast-paced, intense year for you guys, and you're starting to get a taste of it, especially here in September. And that includes your relationships. So for those of you who are on the dating scene or are in partnerships, whether those be work or romantic, with a water sign possibly, with that Venus and Scorpio, man, we're all getting, our intuitive sense when it comes to relationships is getting amplified 100 times. I mean, Venus and Scorpio I weirdly love. I think it's such a sexy, fun, intriguing, intuitive placement. It's powerful, it's intense. It helps us to see with our hearts. Helps us to see with our intuitive knowledge at a much deeper level than any other Venus placement can. And what that can do for us is it can help us to see where we need to take risks, where we need to dive into the depths of something connected to us, where we need to show our vulnerabilities and where we need to show our shadow sides and where we need to share with others. There is a theme going on here, Cappies, with that. You may just want to push forward and get the manifestations rolling because you're on a mission and you're ready to get things going. You're ready to have fun. You're ready to play. You want to keep this party rolling. I can tell. I can tell that that's what you want. You don't really want to have to sit over here in this 5 of Swords hanged man energy because, you want to be having fun. You want to be falling in love. You want to be creating new businesses. You want to be traveling the world. You want to be making the shifts. You want to be making the changes. I can just tell you have that kind of flowing energy this month. But one of the things that's showing up here for me and what's really interesting is that we have this theme, this sub-theme under the practicality of Virgo, Libra seasons that is about showing our vulnerability in the things that matter to us the most and not feeling that we have to constantly be presenting as fully formed, fully perfect. There's something here with you guys having to open up and be a little bit more honest, right? With somebody close to you or multiple people close to you. This is also romantic energy though, and it's involved with you feeling that you are in your flow. You are honoring who and what you are and what you're working on. And you're not using time this month on things that don't matter to you. And that's really key because there is a choice here, my Capricorns. There is a choice here in September between using a lot of energy on things that do not light you up or choosing to step away from them and choosing things that light you up. And that is what these last 2 tens were about, that I was so kind of cracking up when I started this reading, because these are the 2 different ways. You can use up a ton of energy getting not very far, feeling like you're doing a lot because it's busy work, right? 10 of Wands to me is always like the busy work card. It's when we, kind of stare at our email a ton every day and we like sit in our office chair and we're going to get this done. We don't really do anything, where maybe it would have been more useful to go for a walk or just like talk to a colleague because you were holding a lot inside. Don't hold everything on your shoulders like that, and don't use your time on anything that's not serving you and doesn't light you up. If you can, step back from the busy work path this month. really, because, I mean, truly, because this is a month that if you leverage it, Capricorn specifically, if you leverage the forward motion energy of this month, that is so much earth energy is working with you. I mean, you have all these outer planets in earth energy. You have Mercury in earth energy, you have the sun and the moon in earth energy. You have all the earth energy helping you, lighting you up. Utilize it. Do not waste that on things that are just subpar, because you're trying to build something bigger here. Ten of Pentacles is your legacy card. It's your legacy. It is the unimaginable horizon. It is building the thing that maybe does take 5 years to come to full fruition, but you know that you love the process of it, and you know that it's something that lights you up. Don't waste your time on the thing that drains your energy. Don't waste your time on the thing that's just Because I'm telling you guys, October is a totally different type of month. We have a Venus retrograde that is going to throw a lot of things in the mix. And then we're heading into Scorpio season, which asks a lot of us. So September is this golden opportunity between the eclipse season and the retrograde season, and between this watery, intense, reflective transformation time where you can really get all lined up with what you really want to be doing. And some things just don't matter. For you, the key phrase I would really say is path of least resistance. Take the path of least resistance and follow your impulses. Follow your gut. The fact that you got Hanged Man so early in the reading tells me that there are times when you push through. You guys are totally capable of that. It's just not necessary. It's not necessary to keep showing up to relationships that drain you. It's not necessary to keep doing the busy work projects. It's not necessary to think of yourself as stuck, glued to a project. And I talk about this with you guys all the time, but truly, when the devil shows up, even though for you this is very supportive energy, the shadow side to that, right, is that you have the manpower to keep showing up to things that don't serve you, and we don't want that. We want the party, we want the fun, we want Capricorns to be in that playful light. We got out of Tower year last year, right, and we're not going back to Tower year, and there's nothing here that is Tower. But there's this weird addiction that kind of comes up, I think, with the Tower, with the hard work that, and it's not always just about hard work. I'm not saying you guys are just careerists. Like, I realize that a lot of you get a lot done, and I'm so impressed by you, but it's not just about jobs. This goes so much bigger than jobs. This can be about a workout routine. This can be about a strictness with your eating habits. This can be about, showing up for family members that are not appreciative and use you. There's a lot of ways that can show up. So the reminder here is that you have all this good stuff. There's no need to use your energy where it won't be appreciated this month. In fact, the more you can focus in and take the stress off your shoulders, the more you can be more in the play mode, the more is going to come and attract you. You guys are like these big candles, and moths are going to be drawn to those flames. That's a terrible thing because the moths die. I realize that. Okay, that's maybe not the best metaphor, but you guys are beacons this month. Energy will be drawn to you, so you might as well utilize it and make something amazing happen, like commit to a new relationship, take your relationship to the next step, start that new creative project with your friends that you've been thinking about doing, buying those plane tickets for the travel you want to do, packing your bags. There's a lot of really fun ways that this can show up, and I want to remind you guys of that. So this is a really fun month. I think you guys are going to really enjoy the fact that it's just a month that you can savor and enjoy with a lack of big drama, and much more about like how you can make the things you want happen in life. And we all need that after July and August. So I'm going to close it out there. I love you guys so much. Please get in touch with me for Skype sessions, one-on-one sessions. I do those. I will leave my website and my email below, SARAHTAROT.com and info@SARAHTAROT.com. You can also find me on Instagram @TheSarahTarot, and I would just love to see you guys there. I love my Capricorn family so much. You guys teach me so much. I learn so much from you. I'm sending you all my love, and I will talk to you in October for what is going to be a wild, wild ride.